Welcome to my grow dome. So here it is, Brooklyn. This is the beginning of my grow dome, and I'm doing this so that you can see what I'm up against. Okay, so a quick tour of the grow dome so you know where we're at. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4 beds that are going to be deep water culture. Those will have about 11 square feet of surface area to grow on, and obviously it's going to be all greens. Above it will be an NFT, several NFT tubes. Just take advantage of more of the vertical that we have in here. Over here we've got 2 media beds, drain and fill, all kinds of experimental plants. That's going to be my playground, if you will. Then over here, these tables here are for Dutch buckets. I've got room for about 14. I'm probably going to start off with around 8 or 10, just because I don't want things to get away from me. I've had that happen out in the yard in our hugelkultur. This is going to be a separate system. This is basically a Will Allen styled system. I'm going to be changing things from exactly his system to better work in this environment. And here's my fish tank. My fish tank is about 1,300 gallons. That's the best guess at this point. We'll know when we fill it up. Obviously, I'm still working on this. Unfortunately, we had a little accident with the worker kind of pushing in on the side, and that's why you can see this piece of flooring had been redone. It will go into this filtration area. Now we're using a CHOP 2 system. At least that's been the plan all along. In here, this little pit was originally for a dual filtration system, a 50-gallon V-cone bottom swirl filter going into a 50-gallon biofilter, basically. Was going to utilize a couple of ideas that I had from things that I've seen and read from a number of people, including Brooklyn. And then this is our sump area. Everything flows into here. Let me give it a little open here. As you can see, I've got a 300-gallon sump tank down there. From the surface here to the bottom is 42 inches. It is a 38-inch high tank. And the original plan was, like I said, CHOP 2, still want to do. So tell me, Brooklyn, how am I going to be able to utilize this bubble bead filter and put it here in the sump where it was supposed to be, or this pit that I built here, when I'm trying to get water from the sump down here, both to my gardens and back to the fish tank, without using 2 pumps. And I don't want to use 2 pumps because I'm a little limited out here. So, thanks for listening to my question. See you later. Woo! Okay, so after a good night's sleep, thinking on it some more, I have an idea. Let's see if you think this is going to work out. So again, I'm still trying to do CHOP 2, so I just want to have 1 pump. If I'm putting in that pit, if I'm going to put both my bubble bead filter in there, and now I'm thinking about still utilizing the swirl filter in the V-cone 50-gallon tank. So if I do my SLO out of here into that swirl filter, and then have that come down through here and into the sump, and then have pump from the sump out into the grow beds and back into the bubble bead filter that will be over here, which will then, and then also back into the fish tank. Will that work? In other words, will I be able to get enough pressure into the bubble bead filter, or will the swirl tank actually be enough, or am I going to have a ton of solids to deal with in my sump tank? questions.